Hey guys, welcome to my video. In today's video, we're going to go over the foreclosure defense lawsuit package, the premium package that we have on sale right now for $1,500. We're going to show you the value in that package, but before we get started on all of that, today's video is brought to you guys by Rode. This is Video Production Evolved, the all-in-one, all-at-once, the ultimate all-in-one content creation tool. The Rodecaster Video is the first in its class to seamlessly blend comprehensive video and audio production into one single compact device, offering unmatched flexibility, switching, mixing, processing, recording, and streaming multiple videos and audio sources all at once. I can say it. Come on, coach, you got this. All at once. It's the perfect centerpiece for any content creation setup. Now, these guys contacted me about collaborating, and I'm excited about it. And I can't wait to see how their equipment looks I'm still in the studio, but we had to take some of the sticky notes off of some of the equipment over there because some other people was complaining about it. But I still have some over here. Rose.com. You guys have video production needs or any of they're fire. They are fire. Get over there and check them out. Rose.com. Tell them that Coach Neighbors sent you. Okay, so let's get on what we can talk about for real over here because we're making a difference. Everybody working together, the real-time feedback that we're getting from all of the people in the program is making. We're going to take that out. We don't need that. So if you guys are watching this, you understand what we're going to be talking about right here. In front of your home, and the sheriff's notice is nailed to your front door. Your family scared, and the bank already lined up to steal everything that you work so hard for. You know, every attorney that you call wanted $10,000 just to sit down and talk to you. And the court system feels like it's rigged and they're all against you. It feels like they all understand what needs to be done without them talking or saying the words, like they done it before. That's where I once was. That's why I built this business and these documents that we're using. They're built off of the real-time feedback from people that have the courage to stand up. This isn't just about saving your house. It's about saving your dignity, your rights, your future. And I'm going to show you exactly how we do that. Foreclosure is not about mispayment. It's about fraud. Attorneys fake documents. The judges run administrative courts and ignore the Constitution and obviously your rights. The prosecutors and attorneys hide behind corporate fiction, and you're left holding the bag. Families are torn apart. Marriages collapse under the stress. Children uprooted from schools and communities. Some of them have to stay with other family members without staying with their parent, all because of fraudulent conveyance, paperwork tricks that nobody ever explained to you. I used to box and I played football when I was young. I used to box, and that's why we do this little thing, what we do right now. And I like doing it this way, and a lot of people feel comfortable. So we're going to keep doing it that way, okay? So we don't play defense. We do not play defense. Most people play defense. That's what the conventional system requires, that you play defense and go in and do all of their stuff. We don't do that. They beg for modifications. They file objections or try to slow down. They file an appeal. Defense doesn't win fights. Offense is what wins fights. Having punching power. Having the power to punch and the knowledge to know when and where to do the punching. Every filing is a punch, uppercut, a hook, a body shot. Everyone hits the system where it hurts. Jurisdiction, fraudulent deeds, false claims, fraudulent concealment, fraudulent conveyance. We can just fraudulent all over the place right now. Hidden rules. Yeah, you can go to my YouTube channel and search my story, and you can pull up the videos talking about my story. Okay? When I stopped trusting bar members and start adding them to everything changed. Once we learn how to sue these people everything changed. The other side didn't know how to respond. They did not know how to respond to the Mike Tyson hooks and punches that they were taking. Suddenly, I was the plaintiff. I was demanding sanctions, and then one day I wanted to say, like, well, can you shut down the court's money? Well, it took me more than a couple of days, but yeah, you can. We have a temporary restraining order that freezes the federal funding going to the state under the spending clause in the Constitution. People look at my program and they're like, oh, I don't know, can you do that? No, those people can't because they don't try. They already gave up over there before they even got over here to the gate. Now, the foreclosure defense lawsuit package used to be the mortgage fraud package, except it's beefed up a little more, okay? But the point is, well, we couldn't market it that. I wanted to call it the RICO foreclosure. We have a RICO lawsuit in there. We also have real estate defraud lawsuit in there. You got 2 lawsuits in this package. You can sue them whenever you want to. Okay, this is in theory. You get real legal documents, and you have to save the file clean so that you can use it when you start your coaching, your legal coaching business, teaching other people how to get this done. Remember, copy and paste them. Save the original claim. We start out with the counterclaim. That's what the information dictated that we need to do from the real-time feedback. Now, we going with the counterclaim, but before you whip out the counterclaim, you want to make sure you add the state, you add the judge, and you add whatever attorneys are involved. And if you're in the eviction process, then you want to leave it to the eviction people and separate that. You have to watch the videos how to do that. Okay, you come in with the counterclaim, you add them to the counterclaim as plaintiffs to their own stuff, and you file it in state court. That's how we cross the state court. One of the ways, we got several ways, bam, a punch in the state court in the face. We ain't going in asking the judge for nothing. We don't answer to them. We don't do any of that. You ain't going to win. To win means that the judge has to give you some stuff and all of that. That shit ain't never going to happen. And besides, you're suing the damn judge because the judge is getting paid by the state to help them. The state's the one trying to steal your property if you're in this program. The state's the one, and the state's paying the judge. It's not a conflict of interest. So now, and this is something you guys can do even if you're not using my documents. You add the parties to their own action using the counterclaim. You just add them as plaintiffs. Now, if it was a long time ago or they try to say you're out of time, you just add your fraudulent concealment doctrine, this federal document that tolls the statute of limitations. Add the fraudulent concealment doctrine right to the front of the 42 U.S.C. 19. And yeah, if you do a counterclaim, you can change it, put whatever you want on it. $200 million, you counterclaiming for all this stuff that you're going to be filing in federal court for. That's what we do. That's one of the ways that we shut down the court process. It's simple. You just add their own assets to their own shit. Bam! I wonder why attorneys didn't tell you could do that. Can you do that? Okay, coach, stop bragging. Okay, here you go. We add attorneys to their, that's just the beginning of their issues that they're going to have, okay? Because we use federal case law in all of the stuff that we prepare. You can file higher court case law in lower courts. Okay, but here's the problem. The state players cannot respond to federal case law with using statutes and codes. Nope. And some people don't really understand this. That alone jams up the state court process. They can't respond to federal case law with statutes and codes. They don't have a federal bar card, so they can't have that. That's a check down. Bam! Yeah. Okay, so once you get them stopped, then you're ready to head over to federal court and file your lawsuit over there against these fools. But before you do that, you need to make sure that you get a certified copy of the entire state court docket sheet to take with you over to federal court to verify that they're violating your due process. Oh, they didn't answer or nothing. If they did, they put a bunch of crap in there. Now, if you get that certified file to take over to federal court with you, now they can't add nothing to cover up their asses because, it's. And then in this package, I also added, I upgraded this, okay, this has been upgraded We also added the RICO document, foreclosure offense RICO document. It's on the website. I think it's like $500 by itself. And we added some more stuff. Since this is the premium package for foreclosure defense, I wanted to call it offense, but it wasn't fitting in with the keywords and the scheme of things, so I'm stuck with this. All right, but you know what? It can still be fire because it's still fire. Okay, so we also added the notice of conveyance package. That's the Closure. When we first started out, it was Closure. It was something else. And yeah, the one, the Closure title. The notice of conveyance package. It has a notice of conveyance, a notice of less pendants. It has the eviction counterclaim and the federal eviction lawsuit. That package was structured in the beginning for people that are facing the eviction situation or are being evicted. Okay, now they can cloud the title on their own house or the house they stole from them to stop their buyers from moving forward. Or, I know, whatever you want to call it. Okay? And then after we got that all worked up, it turns out that this is the best defense. Oh, I done some research and found out that title insurance is a scam because it's offered by the same people that they're sent. And all it does is protects them, and they make you pay for it. So you're paying for your own foreclosure situation. No, it ain't funny, Coach. Okay, but this is what's funny. For $99, you can cloud your own title. If everybody clouded their title, would that be a whole bunch of $99? Oh, no. No, stay focused, Coach. Sorry. Stay focused. This is not about, okay, it is a little. Okay, $99. Cloud your own title and make them go sit down because they ain't going to want to mess with all that. And then when you cloud the title, you're clouding it because of the fraud that caused them. And then at some point, you want to get your deed out of their office. All right. You also get the federal loss. Okay, so when you get to federal court, I would be telling the federal court judge your shit, judge. Okay, just call him judge. I don't do the your honor shit. Yeah, I ain't doing that. But I'll call him judge shit, judge. I need to sit with you. And I would say, Judge, I'm going to demand, and it's written right on the document, settlement conference. We're demanding a settlement conference. And you're demanding a settlement conference because those fools couldn't respond to anything you filed in state court. There's your file showing your certified copy. They could not respond to anything that was filed in state court, and they didn't. And if they did, it was BS. They can't respond because they can't respond with, they could not because they can't respond to federal case law and federal acts, which are their criminal liability that we're bringing to the table. They can't respond with statutes. And when we get to this federal level, they still can't respond because they don't have a federal bar card. Y'all asses call it a license, okay? We just call it a bar card. They don't have a federal bar card, and they can't represent themselves. There are parties to the case. They can't litigate the case. They're a party to. They can't represent each other They can't go right on down if you know what you're doing. Do the check down. And why have to work so hard? And this is what we're learning from the real-time feedback from everybody. How to do the check down. And I tell people to, do this. I tell a federal judge, you just need to order their ass to a settlement table, okay? Because, they can't argue anyway. And it ain't likely they're going to get a federal, come in here because federal court, they roll off a 98% conviction rate. So you got to kiss their ass and give up. Ain't nobody doing that over her. They already found that shit out. Okay, so you just tell them. And people tell me, Coach, you're crazy. I know. He's just gonna dismiss it. I know he's going to dismiss it. They're all going to dismiss it. All the judges are going to dismiss your shit if they can. We'll just go, for the sake of this conversation, and we're going to say that the judge is going to dismiss it. I'm already telling you he's going to dismiss it. I'm stuck here with the dismissing thing because I'm just going to stay here for a minute. All right, this is what I do know. When the judge dismisses it, he or she is not going to provide a finding of facts and a conclusions of law. Those are two things that you have to have in a judicial setting to be able to file an appeal. I had someone just tell me last week, the judge dismissed their appeal stuff and ignored them. That's all a bunch of crap. Anything on the state level is crap, and anything on federal level could stink if you don't hold their asses to the fire. So, if the judge is not gonna, so now the judge is, or maybe they send you with the magistrate judge who doesn't have judicial authority to be involved in anybody's case unless they have consent from all parties. Oh, so what are you doing when they violate you? Well, I don't know. File a supplemental pleading, add the judge to it. All right. They're going to continue to violate you until you keep punching them in the face. Force them to visualize shared liability or something. I don't even worry about the liability. I just like to keep punching them in the face. You know what I mean? Each one is designed to be filed in sequence to stop the foreclosure process and I don't know, force the settlement. Tie goes and at the end of the road here, okay, the thing is get your deed out of their office. Well, the first thing is stay in your house. The second thing is to get your deed out of their office. And then if you got some other things after that, you can handle that after you get your deed out of their office. Oh, but we need you to sign. No. The only thing I'm going to sign is the back of that check, y'all. Matter of fact, y'all just deposit that shit in straight into my bank account. Okay, I ain't signing nothing. Y'all lucky. Besides, y'all might try to come back. So I'm going to leave the door open. Okay, so the way we got this set up now, the opening uppercut flips the knockout blow, the fraudulent conveyance, the notice of fraudulent itself. It is the knockout because now you make your own property toxic so they can't move in and get this stuff done and do all this stuff in a hurry because they got to hurry up. So they start paying the state back. And then we got the RICO statutes, tie everything together in the conspiracy. And you got 2 lawsuits in here, like actually more than that. Well, we'll have to take a look at that. The final haymaker demands $200 million. Oh, wait, you have a demand for sanctions, and that you make for, I don't know, whatever. These aren't defenses. These are attacks, okay? These are serious punches that you're going to be, and, I know you felt powerless, okay? I said felt because I know you can't be feeling powerless right now, okay? You might be thinking about it or you're getting, come on, work with me here. Once you read these and hold these legal documents, hold these filings in your hand, you'll feel the shift in the power. And I'm going to throw that on the table. And one of the biggest reasons is because you'll understand what the hell we're doing. It's not going to sound like a bunch of whatever. You'll understand. You'll realize now that you have an option and the power and the weapons that you need to do the TKO on their fraudulent system. Now, I don't really like knocking people out, but we got what you need to do that. I like to beat them slow and make them give the hell up. That's how I put this together. But not everybody likes that drama. So when they get knocked down, do your kicking. There ain't no rules in here. Y'all have seen that. They try to make you follow the local rules that they come up with at each location that aren't connected to the Constitution and not connected to anything except their pocketbook. Every day you wait, the other side gains ground. And I have people telling me, oh, well, no. The only reason, if you're not doing what you need to do in the non-conventional side, the only reason they're coming to you because they ain't got to you yet. They'll get there. The longer you wait, the more ground they record fraudulent deeds. They line up auctions. People don't even know their property is being auctioned. They prepare the sheriff to remove your ass off the property and throw your shit out on the curb. That's don't give them that time. Don't give them time to do that. It's on sale for $1,500. Oh, wait. I marked it down to $1,200. Dang it. I marked it down to $1,200 and I beefed it up. So y'all tell me who the hell does that? I marked it down to $1,200 and I beefed it up. Every punch, every strategy, plus one-on-one coaching to show you how to use it. This is a fraction of what an attorney charges for a single meeting, and this puts you in control, and you get to enjoy, and this is what I tell people, you get in my program, you do the stuff the way that we have it lined out from the real-time feedback, and my guarantee is you're going to have fun. All right, you're going to start having some fun seeing these people sweat. You don't have to hand your home over, your memories, your family's future to these attorneys doing this shit. You don't have to. You can make their asses tap out. It starts right here. Chunk the fear at the curb and let's go. Yep, let's go. Get that sanction for $3.5 million. The demand for sanctions or the demand to strike or, oh, wait. Yeah, first off, you want to go ahead and make your property toxic so these fools don't want to mess with it. Oh, yeah. And then, you know, if they want to play around, then you can foreclose on them and have all those property deeds. Yeah, that's my dream, to do that someday. And give everybody back their properties like Robin Hood. No, wait. Y'all got to pay something. Okay. So I'm going to be requiring, y'all listen up now. I'm going to be requiring a video review. How happy you are. Okay. So, you know, you get the sanction. You're going to be doing some punching here. Okay. Don't let fear take everything that you love and work for. Don't let the fear do that. Click below, get the patches, and let's step in the ring. Let's go. It's been upgraded. Okay, we're going to share right here what this puppy looks like. You can see this package here. So if you're in foreclosure, you're likely already experiencing stress, fear. If you're going to be in foreclosure, a lot of them are very expensive. This package is the best package that I have for this problem that doesn't have stuff in it to handle the eviction process. Now, this can handle the eviction process too, but the other stuff is specifically for that. You don't need that stuff here, because if you get in this program and you invest in the best that I have here and this is what the coaches are using and other people, and like I said, it's beat though. We'll get to what's in it here. So that's what we do. We challenge them before it gets to the courtroom. And we do that by suing the state, the judge, the attorney who filed for real estate deed fraud, fraudulent concealment, jurisdiction issues, administrative court abuse. You know, this ain't theory. This is not theory. This is legal action that flips the script on them and puts you in control. Our approach is not guesswork. It's built from the real-time, y'all come on now, say it with me, real-time feedback from all the people who had the courage to step up and try this strategy out without waiting to see who's winning. Because ain't nobody winning. Nobody's going to win, because to win, the judge has to give you stuff, and that ain't what happened. We make them tap out. Now, those early fighters taught us how to hold the corporations that are paying the judges and profiting and from the theft as the primary defendants in the federal lawsuit. But we also learn how to add them to their own stuff. We talked about that. You know, they can't hide. They cannot hide behind the corporate shield. We hold the actual players responsible individually in their personal capacity, who are actually stealing from you, who are trying to steal from you personally. And they can't hide behind the corporate veil. That means that we name the state, the judge, attorney, whoever filed the fraudulent documents, and any other responsible actors in the counterclaim and in the federal complaint and we force them to answer in federal court. Now, every filing is packed and it's designed to create a federal record that exposes the concealment, the fraud, the corporate relationships, and you know, all that you do when you get that from the state level, when you get that, and if you're on federal court with, you know, federal whatever, you're doing the same thing, because statutes and codes are not valid laws. Criminal statutes under Title 18 were never ratified. And so all of that stuff is beat. Here you'll receive the step-by-step instructions on how to use counterclaim, which ones, you know, and we talk about your situation, then you're going to have to reference what we talk about and not from the video, so to speak. Because if there's something we need to adjust or change, and that's the coaches, you know, so that's how you're better off getting it from the coach's mouth than the video. Well, it's coming from his mouth on the video, but the time passes, it makes things change. So just stick with me here. This is how we turn victims into aggressors, and how you seize control over the legal narrative. This premium package includes one-on-one coaching with yours truly. Now, these are all of the things that you're going to get, and most of these are in the zip file. So you'll get the notice of less pendants, and the notice of less pendants is structured for you to use your federal filing wit to file your lien against the county recorder's office. Now, there's a notice of conveyance lawsuit package in here too. The difference in the two, so that you understand, the difference in the two is the notice of conveyance lawsuit package is structured to cloud your own title for pennies on the dollar compared to, a $400 filing fee that you have to file to do the less pendants, because you got to have the certified copy of the federal filing to do the less pendants. To do the other one, the fraudulent conveyance, they're notices, so you don't need to file them in court. You just pay the $12 or $15 or whatever they charge to put the notice put that next to the deed. That clouds the title, toxifies the title. So, if there's a case against your property, then, like I said, you want to go in with the counterclaim. Okay, but we're just going to go down the list. You got your notice of less pendants, then you got your denial of corporate fiction existence. This is a document that the non-bar attorney, Andre, provided for us, and it's fire, and basically outlines the fact that you're not a U.S. citizen, and so we put that in there for you to have some fun with. The temporary restraining order to block the funding to the entire state as per the spending clause in the Constitution, and that you would use in federal court if you just want to, if they're stalling, you want to punch them around. You're going to get to do some punching with this package right here, okay? And so, after you get into federal court, if they're stalling or goofing around, then you want to whip out your punching documents and punch their ass in the face. And then you got the inventory RICO lawsuit document. I had this in for people to have fun with, and we'll have a class on this too that we're working on. As soon as people send me their review videos that, from the power, I'm asking for 2 videos on my stuff. The first one should be after you review the shit and watch the instructional video, the power that you felt that you. The second one should be, when you take the stuff down there, how they act when you punching them in the face. And then if there's a third one, most of the time, there's a non-disclosure statement that gets whipped out in front of people's face. But I'm all right with that. Okay, so, and then the offer to pay letter. Now, the offer to pay letter, you're offering to pay all of the foreclosure stuff they added on top of all of, plus the extra 10%, for the troubles. And you're offering to pay as soon as they're able to meet with your legal team and provide the original instrument of indebtedness. And we have the statute in that a statute code is not valid law, but their asses are supposed to follow on them to make it fair for us. That's the due process part. Okay, so the offer to pay letter, you're offering to pay as soon as they can produce the original instrument of indebtedness in its original form. And we already know they can't do that shit because that shit's over in China somewhere. But here's the thing, this letter opens this package up to challenge them for the situation before it becomes a situation, And you sign it, do all the stuff, and then you mail it to them, certified mail or some kind of way that, return receipt. So they received it. Now, I was sending the letter to the court too. I know people say, but I don't have a judge. Bullshit. Everybody has a judge, all of them down there, Usually it's the same judge doing it. They all, send it to the damn chief judge. Who gives a shit? We don't check down on our own to give them opportunity to kick our ass. Send that shit in. Make them sign for it. So those of you who are crafty, are up with me. The rest of y'all be like, I can't pay. I don't know. Come on. It ain't about paying. It's about forcing their ass to come to the table to get the money and bring what they're supposed to have. So now the bank's pissed and they want to foreclose on you. Well, just whip out your offer to pay letter. I already sent this over to the judge. I sent it to the sheriff's department. I sent it to everybody's ass. So if y'all want to foreclose on me, bring that shit on. But it'd be a whole lot easier just to get the letter that I'm asking for and come to the table with the letter and give me my letter. And then I'll just give you the check. I got the money just like y'all had the money. There was never no money. All right, but you know what? We ain't got to have that argument. Offer to pay letter. How's that going to go? Your judgeship. I got to work on that. Judge, you got a copy of the offer to pay letter. The statute there says that they're supposed to provide the original instrument of indebtedness if they're calling in the full amount. If they don't, they come back next week and do this same shit again the next week. So, oh, and by the way, my legal team told me your honor shit, what the hell's your name? Mr. Shit, George, Mr. I'm going to jail today, right? No. Okay, so my legal team told me that I need to ask you to make them follow the registration of the property, allow the first illegal lien to be placed on the property. And that's like, okay, how's that? Guys, you guys are killing me right now. And they told me, your honorship, your judgeship, they told me. The first illegal lien was the mortgage lien. And the reason it was illegal, think of it this way. If there were several people who own property, all of those people had to be present to sign the lien, right? So the fact that the alleged lender accepted your signature proves that you own that property already, and my legal team said that they smell stink. And so they wanted me to ask you to force them to follow a statute that you're supposed to be upholding and they're supposed to be following and delivering my deed to. They just like go get it right now and bring it to me. And I'll save them a trip of driving all the way across town. So can you do that for me, Judge? I would appreciate it if you could order them to go get my stuff. Because my legal team said that once you've been put on notice and you don't act, then, well, they told me not to mention that. Oh, and then so, you get your affidavit, state citizenship that indicates you can do that before you get your card. We also provide the banker's secret manual. The banker's secret, they really talk a bunch of crap on the bank, and we ain't trying to bother the bank over here because those people don't have a very long life who bother them. Okay, so we just want to stay focused on what we're doing with the other little stuff. You don't need to take on, you need the smaller and the simpler you keep it, the better chance you have of making them go sit down. Then we got inventory notice to recuse the judge in case that's the situation. We got another PDF that I thought was real interesting that I wanted to include, and that was how to cancel bank loans and stuff. So this stuff, like I said, this package is what coaches have been using to start their own coaching business. And the only thing that's missing out of here, and that's why I turned it into the commercial package. Eventually it's going to have property tax stuff in it too. So right now it doesn't, but you don't really need it. Okay, so you can see right here, I'm just going to scroll down here, down to RICO hook, inventory, RICO lawsuit document. Just use it, punch it, and post systematic misconduct and tie together the actors' transactions in the RICO pattern. And we put a lot of time in. I've been working on this for a minute. And I'm trying to break it down here so people can understand better what we're doing and how we plan on doing it. So this package is not about hoping for fairness. It's about taking control with a battle plan that overwhelms the opponent. We do not play by their rules. We do not answer. We don't file conventional answers. We don't spend any time responding to their defective process. Instead, we file offensive documents and counterclaims and the real estate defraud complaints and sanctions and federal complaints that we make them answer to us. You stay on offense. You control. The earlier you move, the weaker they become. You flip the script on them by adding the state, the judge, adding them to their own stuff. And I'm just going to scroll down here so we can end this up. If you guys ready to fight back, learn how to punch these people in the face, start your own business, teaching other people how to punch these people in the face. And these are some of the reviews that we got. These are from people who don't want to, you can send me a written review. And I just posted it in the website like that. Ready to take control? Let's go. This is your moment to act and protect what's yours. Click the add to cart button and give me that call. Some of my other packages, you guys can go down there and check them out. Stuff out the door so I can get some more review videos. If you got a stinking hot deal, y'all need to send me my video. I'll have some people come looking for you. All right, and before you send my video, head over to rose.com. And if you guys buy something from those guys, you let me know, and I'll send you something free from the website. Tell them Coach Neighbor sent you. Thank you guys for the value of sharing your time. Hit that button down there and get this. Let's go.